How to Love Without Touch, Real Tips from LDR Couples. Okay, real talk, long-distance relationships, are they, like, the ultimate test of patience or just a recipe for heartbreak? We've all heard the horror stories, right? The missed calls, the time zone confusion, the feeling like you're dating a ghost who occasionally sends you memes. But hold up, what if I told you there's hope? What if, and hear me out, there are actual ways to make LDRs not just survive, but thrive? I'm talking real tips, not that cheesy absence makes the heart grow fonder stuff. We're going deep on this one, guys. We're gonna unpack the struggles, the anxieties, the "are we actually okay?" moments that come with loving someone from miles away, and most importantly, we're gonna hear from real couples who are making it work. Because let's be real, if they can find love with 1,000 miles and a spotty internet connection between them, then maybe, just maybe, there's hope for the rest of us, right? The pain. How do you love someone when you can't hold them? When you can't kiss their forehead after a long day? When all you have is a glowing screen and a voice in your ear? It's tough, you know? Like, you crave their presence, their scent, the way their hand fits perfectly in yours. But it's just gone, replaced by emojis and voice notes. And don't even get me started on seeing other couples all cuddled up and happy. It's like a punch to the gut. Long distance makes you question everything. Relatable long-distance relationship scenario. Okay, so you're up late, right? Like way past your bedtime. Why? Because you're trying to catch them during their lunch break, which just happens to be 3 a.m. your time. Your friends don't get it. Your family is starting to give you the side eye. And you're just exhausted. But then you hear their voice. And suddenly, all those missed hours of sleep, all those lonely nights, they kind of fade away. Because in that moment, even if it's just through a screen, you're together. And that feeling, that connection, it's everything. It's the reason why people do this crazy long-distance thing in the first place. The girl who sent letters. So, I heard this story once, right? About this girl, head over heels in love with this guy who lived across the world. Plane tickets? Yeah, those were like a distant dream. Way too expensive. But she had to do something, you know? She needed him to feel her love, even if it was just a tiny bit. So every week she'd sit down and write him a letter. A real, handwritten letter. She'd pour her heart out on those pages, telling him about her day, her dreams, her fears, and before sealing the envelope, she'd spritz it with her favorite perfume. The guy, he said those letters, they were like a lifeline. He could practically feel her presence, her warmth, her love in every word, every scent. It's crazy, right? How even without touch, love finds a way. Okay, so this is where things get real. If you want your long-distance relationships to survive, you gotta create what I call emotional touch points. These are like little rituals, you know? Things you do consistently that remind each other you're there, even when you're not physically together. It could be sending a good morning meme every day, sharing a Spotify playlist and listening to the same songs at the same time, or even just watching the same Netflix show in sync and texting your reactions. These might seem small, but trust me, they're huge. They're like digital intimacy, you know? A way to bridge the gap and feel connected even when you're miles apart. Okay, this is a big one. Too many long-distance relationships fail because they get stuck in this rut of just existing. You know, the daily, "how was your day?" texts, the occasional weekend video call. It's like you're going through the motions of being in a relationship, but you're not actually nurturing it. You're not putting in the effort to make it special. So, here's the thing. Plan love, not just time. Schedule surprise virtual date nights. Write each other love letters in a shared Google Doc. Book your next trip together, even if it's months away. Give your love a roadmap, a sense of direction, because knowing that there's something concrete to look forward to, that's what keeps the spark alive. Okay, this one might sound counterintuitive, but hear me out. You don't always have to fill the silence. I know, when you're in an LDR, every second on the phone feels precious. But constantly forcing conversation can be exhausting, you know? It's okay to have moments of quiet, to just be present with each other, even if you're not actively talking. Read a book while they're working on their laptop. Cook dinner together while on video chat. The strongest long-distance relationship couples, they're not afraid of silence. They trust that the connection is strong enough to withstand it. Why long-distance relationships break? Okay, let's be real for a second. Most long-distance relationships, they don't make it. And it's not always because of the distance itself. It's because one person, or sometimes both, they stop trying. Communication becomes routine, like a chore on a to-do list. Effort fades away, replaced by complacency. And trust? Well, that starts to crumble when you're not constantly reinforcing it. It's like, the distance, it doesn't kill the relationship. It's the neglect, the lack of effort, the slow fade of intimacy that does it. So, how do you keep the flame burning when you're miles apart? It's all about intentionality. Prioritize growth, both individually and as a couple. Schedule us time, even if it's just for 30 minutes a day. And most importantly, over-communicate your feelings, not just your routines. Make them feel chosen, even when they're not around. Send them random thinking of you texts. Surprise them with a virtual care package. Little gestures go a long way, you know? If you're in a long-distance relationship right now and you're feeling all the feels, just know, you're not alone. It's tough, it's messy, it's a roller coaster of emotions. But it's also incredibly brave and beautiful. So, if they're worth it, fight for them. Show them you care. Every single day. Long-distance relationships, am I right? Definitely not for the faint of heart. But hey, if you're willing to put in the work, to be vulnerable, to embrace the chaos, it can be one of the most rewarding experiences ever. Just remember, you're not alone in this. And hey, if you have any LDR tips, stories, or just need to vent about the struggles, hit me up in the comments below. Until next time, stay strong, stay connected, and most importantly, stay true to yourselves. So yeah, that's the tea on long-distance love. It's messy, it's complicated, but it can also be incredibly beautiful. Just remember, communication is key, effort is everything, and a little bit of creativity goes a long way. If you're in a long-distance relationship, what are your go-to tips for staying connected? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. See you next time.